Mama. Mama. Mom. 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 Mom.
Mom.
Being a mom is a full-time job,
Some days you wonder if you're even gonna keep it together.
but you're not alone.
Because we've got your back.
We're single moms talking about parenting, divorce, dating.
And everything else in between.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jesenia.
This is Splitting Upward.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
This is the show. This is the only show, actually. It's the
This is
only
the
show
right
that
show.
matters.
This is Splitting Upward, by the way, just in case.
Splitting Upward with me, Julie.
And I'm Jesenia.
And we have a super fun show for you today.
Oh my God, we have Sheree Zampino.
Sheree. I'm so excited to talk to her.
Yes.
Because I was looking at her website and I'm going to shop. I should have
We
asked.
got-
I got to ask her for a discount. I wonder, is that rude?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Single mom, I need a discount.
We got all the tea on her life, so you got to stay tuned.
Oh, there's stuff.
All right, we got some breaking stuff. So
Yes.
breaking news kind of stuff. All right, some like what? Oh, word.
Yeah.
That type of stuff.
We're going to get into the nitty gritty of it.
So stay tuned for that. But how you doing, Julie?
I'm good. I'm all right. I'm
You're
all right.
doing good?
I'm all right.
You're hanging in there?
I've had a week.
You've had a week.
Boy, have I had a week.
Did you go to any Broadway shows this week?
What
I feel
did
like you go to one every single week.
When I get lucky. No, what did I see this week? I feel like there was something, but now I don't remember.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yes. It scares me.
It's
It means
the
I
part
have
of
to
that
go back and
perimenopause
look
stuff.
at my social media so I can remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
Can we
'Cause-
not call it perimenopause? Can we call it Mary?
No, because ain't nothing merry about it. I mean, seriously.
I know, but do the opposite,
I mean,
like
that's
Sweet 16. They're not sweet.
no,
you know
that's
what I
so
mean?
true. I mean, I guess that would be, one of the pluses about living alone
What?
is that I don't have to worry about someone coming in when I'm plucking my chin hairs.
Oh my gosh.
Right, I could just do it in the privacy of my own, bedroom.
I want to be with a man who is okay with me plucking my damn chin hairs.
yeah, no.
Because it's a real thing. You know what I mean? It's like
Oh, yes.
You know.
Yes, I do.
I mean, it's a real thing. Why not just keep it real? Keep it real. Like we're not perfect, guys.
I know. That's why I love the women who say, "Oh, I don't know what to do because I can't pass gas." It's like, oh please, we all do it. What is that book? Everybody.
I was with
everybody
somebody who
poops.
didn't like farts.
Well, what? No, I mean, who likes them?
That's all I do.
She's never done it on
You
the
know
show,
how
though.
bloated I was all those years?
Least that I know of.
No. You don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I could be doing it right now. You don't know.
But it's funny because there was an article on CafeMom.com that talked about the silver linings to divorce. And that, you know what? I'm putting that on the
Sorry.
list because that's actually not on the list.
What,
Being able to
farts?
fart without worrying about how bad it smells.
How can you tell somebody
what it
not to
sounds
fart?
like. But so there, there's a bunch of silver linings to being divorced.
There are.
For me, so one of those things, geez, do I put like the warning up that says ex-husband, stop listening now? Stop listening now. No, it's not bad. Now
Now he's going to turn it up.
So I like to eat outside. Like if there's a
Like at
Like if we're
restaurants.
going to a restaurant and there's
Yes.
no, but even still, I like a picnic. I want to get a blanket. I want to put the stuff in a basket. And then when I get there and I take everything out, it's almost like I didn't even know what I put in there and I get all excited. And then I like to sneak the champagne or the whatever. I have fun. I like to be outside.
Yeah. You get to do what you want to do.
the husband.
The husband.
The husband. We're going to learn that term later.
Yeah, Sheree called it a husband. We
That's
weren't
awesome.
recording when she said that.
No,
we
okay.
weren't.
Oh,
so we
we'll
have to
use
put it out there.
Husband.
We're calling them husbands now
A
because
husband that used to be.
yeah, an ex-husband is just like it's so.
We'll have to find out. Well,
Husband.
yes, we'll have to find out who to credit for that. But
Yeah.
so the husband
Yes.
did not like to eat outside ever.
Oh.
And somewhere along the way, and
like
this,
not even at a restaurant with a table.
nope,
Oh.
indoors.
Okay.
And somewhere along the way, and I recognized this after my divorce, I lost myself.
You stopped doing the things you liked.
I
because-
gave in because
Yeah.
I was taught, like, the lesson was you do whatever the man says. And so if
Yes.
the man says we're eating inside every
Then I guess we gotta do that
Then I guess we
because-
got to eat inside, and I'll eat outside when I'm with my girlfriends or when
Yeah.
I take the kids to the park and we can picnic without him.
Right.
So for me, one of those big silver linings, like I'm doing that because
trying to
I
think,
don't
like,
have
what
to
was
listen
yeah.
to anybody. I get to make my choices now, and I also recognize I would like to think
Yeah.
that when I do end up in another long-term relationship, I'm gonna say I like to eat outside. So you don't. Let's rotate.
If you don't, this is not going to work.
right? Or you go sit inside. I'm gonna
Is
sit
that your
outside.
deal breaker?
Right.
You don't like to eat outside? Forget it. Lose my number.
No, but I think I think a lot of people do that. You know.
Well, you want to meet somebody who's going to compromise.
Absolutely.
And not compromise, but like want to make you happy just as much as you want to make them happy.
Yes.
So they will eat outside even though they're, fighting the bugs and the heat or whatever it is. They're going to do it. They're going to figure out. They're going to put on some off and they're going to bring one of those fans.
yeah. Oh, I like
And
those
cold
fans. Those are
drinks.
good. Yeah.
Boom.
And yeah, all the DEET products that you have, so that the ticks don't get you and the
Yeah.
ants don't eat you. But so that to me is one of those.
A good one
things.
is like not sharing the bed, right?
Oh, psh,
I when I was with my husband,
yes.
we bought a queen size bed. I always wanted a king size, but I don't think a king size is gonna fit my room. But anyway, yeah, we have a queen size bed, and so when he left the house, I got the whole bed. Now, for a while, I was sleeping on one side of the bed,
Yeah.
and I heard somewhere that it was not healthy to do that. So I just put a bunch of clothes on the other side of the bed. No, but when I do clean off the clothes, I sleep in the middle. Sleeping in the middle of the bed is literally the best thing ever.
I've never done that. I still sleep on one side of the bed, and to the point where, and I feel like I move a lot.
Yeah.
But when I get up in the morning, I could literally slide out of bed and just pull the cover back. Nothing moves. Nothing.
Please,
It's bizarre.
do it tonight.
Okay, and I'll report back to you next week.
Report back.
I'm gonna
Spread
push
out those
everything. I'm
legs,
gonna sit
mama.
Right in.
Spread
Well,
out those legs.
I do that
and
when I'm
those-
not sleeping. Because that's another silver lining. Guess what? Booty with another person.
Multiple sex partners.
Hello.
No.
Well, I mean, no judgment, no shame.
joking, I'm
Do what you
joking.
gotta do.
I'm only playing.
But yes, exactly. Play.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's part of it, right? It's
Yeah.
hard sometimes being monogamous. Lord. That's going to be another conversation.
Sometimes you aim to be monogamous, but then it's like, that one didn't work out either. Yeah, that one didn't work out.
I just slipped and fell right on it. No.
Oh my
So
gosh.
bad. It's also things like, because again, the article had a bunch of lists, a bunch of items on the list. Some
Okay,
of them were
let's
funny,
read
right?
some off.
Some of them
go
were,
ahead.
not picking up after another person. Which, oh my God, can you explain this to me? And I'm sorry, because my children, listen, turn this up because I don't want to have to tell you again. But you're gonna make me. Pick up the damn socks.
Oh my
Put them
God,
in the
the
hamper.
socks.
Why is that so hard?
Why
It's
is
a
it with
male
this? Why
thing?
is I think it is a boy thing. The socks.
So I don't now have to pick up crusty underwear, socks, whatever that don't belong to me or my
Like,
children.
They shouldn't be in the living room. You know what I mean? Like, why when I walk in, there's socks and underwears in the living room? I don't want to see that. First of all, why are there underwear in the living room? But he likes to get dressed
You know
there.
why there's underwear in the living room.
No.
you know why
I
there's
shall
underwear.
not believe that.
Just tell me which part of the couch he used to sit on when I come over. I'll sit on the other side.
All right, what's another one?
Not having to deal with the in-laws anymore. Except I love my in-laws. I did. They were, there were some things that I didn't like about them.
Yeah.
But I love them. They're good people.
Yeah,
They're
I
good
love
people.
my I still call him my father-in-law, even
Yeah.
though we're divorced, but I love him. He's still in my life.
Right. Well, he's still grandpa
his-
to your kid.
Yeah, he's still grandpa to my
Right.
son, and he has his grandma from that side of the family, but he's still in my life.
Right, that's
whereas
lovely.
everyone else from that family is not. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's still in my life. He's always been like, you know what?
That's beautiful.
What happened between you and him is what
Right.
happened between you and him.
Right.
I
Oh,
love it.
lucky
Because
you.
I didn't have a dad growing up, and so I got to keep one.
It's so funny
Yay!
because we talk. You and I have so much of our backgrounds very similar.
Yeah.
Because my dad wasn't around either, really.
Yeah.
So I wish my father-in-law thankfully is still with us, and we could talk, and he hassle me. Oh my goodness, we don't talk all the time anymore, but when we do get on the phone, like it's lovely, and it's
Oh my gosh, I love him.
and I'm grateful that they are my children's grandparents, for example.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of different silver linings to being divorced. It's not all sad and it's not all horrible and I'm so alone and lonely. Yeah, I mean, there is some of that. But then you got to think about all of these other good aspects to it.
You don't have to have sex when you don't want to.
With someone you don't want to have sex with.
Yeah, that's a thing, you know.
You don't have to pretend that you got off, you know.
Oh, I never did.
You never pretended or you just never
I never
got off?
pretended.
Oh, good for you.
Never. Mm-mm.
I didn't either.
You're going to keep going.
Ever.
You're going to keep going until it happens for me.
We got to do a sex show because now I get that. Now I own that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I think that's important.
But okay, so when you break up, you have wonderful things, right?
Yeah.
And then you have not so wonderful things.
Yes,
you know,
it happens.
One of the things is I was just researching this, and because I hear it more and more, you know, moms using their children to just be mean to their ex-husbands or their ex-wives or whoever they're married to, and it's just a terrible thing. It's called Malicious Parent Syndrome. I can't even believe that it actually had a name.
MPS.
Yeah, it's also called Parental Alienation Syndrome.
Yes.
And what that is it's literally the moms or the dads, the custodial parent, basically, withholding visitation rights from the non-custodial parent. Also, just talking shit to their kids, the custodial parent or the non-custodial parent. It happens both ways. I've heard about it both ways, where the non-custodial parent will talk shit about I'm saying talk shit, but you know what I mean, like gossip about the custodial parent,
speaking badly of.
Yeah.
No, it's dangerous and it's destructive and it's traumatic for everybody.
It's terrible because that makes it a terrible, especially if you're doing it towards the custodial parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
'Cause
first
now
of
the
all,
kid has
what
to
are
go
you
home.
doing?
Yeah.
This child is living with this parent every single day. That's the parent that cooks for them. That's the parent that cleans up after them and teaches them every single day. And you're waiting for your time to just say something mean or just
poisoning the well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had a friend who had this happen and he had to fight for a couple of years.
It's terrible.
To get his rights acknowledged.
Well, you can fight it, you know, and you have to let your lawyers know if you are like in a custody battle or if you're not and it is happening to you, you can seek out some legal representation to get rid of this problem. There are laws against it. You just have to make the effort and do it. And I know it's time consuming.
And document everything.
Document everything.
You
if they send you emails or if they text you or whatever it is, take screenshots. Just, you know, document of all the negative treatment. It's so unfortunate. I've always been the type of person that, me and my husband, I'm keeping it going. We didn't get along, you know, at all. And that's why we're just ultimately not together. But I didn't ever want to use my son to make him, to get at him for some. I wasn't bitter. I wasn't upset that we were not together. I was happy that we were not together, okay?
See 20 silver linings to divorce.
I mean, hello. So, you know, I said, look, you can take our son whenever you want him. You know,
Right.
You want him every other day. You know what I mean? Whatever time. I told that to him and his family, everyone. So I never did that but I have seen people who have done that, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, who actually will keep the children away from another parent who wants them.
Who wants
just
them.
out of control, power, exertion, that kind of thing. I mean, that's
like, mommy, don't keep your babies away from their daddy. They need daddy too.
Yep.
They need daddy too. Girls need daddies. Boys need daddies. It's just a fact. It's just like they need mommies.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and there's a network, I know for at least like my friend found a support group for dads who are being alienated. So I'm sure there's a mom network too, or maybe it's just a parenting network.
Right.
I think there's a Facebook group. I mean, there's a place, with resources, and maybe, when we'll get all that information, we'll put it up on the website.
It just
when
brews
the episode
so much
airs.
anger. It brews so much anger. They see you going through it, and what do you think you're teaching your kids? You're not teaching your kids anything nice. You're not even teaching them to share, really. You're not teaching them love. Yeah. You're just teaching them how to create drama.
Right.
And
it's hate.
Let me tell you, it's going to come back at you. It's going to come back at you like a ton of bricks.
Well, thankfully, like with my friend, he wasn't giving up.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what happens sometimes is that parents are like, I can't fight.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore.
Yep.
And they just shut down and go away.
Yeah.
And then everybody loses.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's
and then
one
it's
of
like,
the
oh,
things.
well, your daddy, he never wanted to stay around, or your dad never, he never tried.
It adds to the narrative.
And it's like, wait a minute, yeah, he did,
Right. You're the one that pushed him away.
No, you're right. That's definitely a motivation to say, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Right. Well, and that's why I never understand because we're in that stage now of our lives where our friends are getting divorced, and so sometimes people will come to me and say, all right, so what did you do for visitation? What did you do? Or I'll hear what they're thinking of doing and saying, yeah, well, he'll take them every Saturday night and Wednesday for dinner. And I'm like, wait, what? That's it?
How does that work?
How are you going to have a life? Well, I don't think you should have them more than that. No.
But you should that's part of the beautiful things about having a co-parenting situation or a parental visitation situation. You do get a break. You get that time off for you.
And you need it.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand why. I mean, the fact that it's gotten so bad that there's a syndrome associated
it's just bitter
with it.
people. It's just bitter people, upset, maybe he cheated on her or whatever it is, and they're upset and they want to get back at them.
Right.
And that's the one way that they feel like they can.
Well, we're going to actually talk to somebody after the break who never did that.
Who did not do that. I mean,
they have a beautiful co-parenting relationship.
She has Sheree
Zampino.
Yep.
Sheree Elizabeth, yeah.
She's the, it's not was-been, was-wife?
What? Ooh.
Was-wife?
We'll have to come up with a phrase for whatever the ex-wife is.
She's the was-wife of Will Smith. Try to say that 10 times.
Was-wife of
Will Smith. Was-wife of Will Smith.
But so we're gonna talk to Sheree. I mean, and she and Jada Pinkett-Smith have a beautiful co-parenting relationship.
And my God, all three of them. They go on vacation.
She calls Jada bonus mom.
Oh my gosh, that. Yes.
I love it. So
she calls, Jada calls Trey her bonus son.
Oh.
Yeah. We have our next guest.
So excited.
Yes.
Sheree Elizabeth Zampino. ShereeElizabeth.com is the website.
Yes.
She is an awesome single mom, entrepreneur, started this whole, seriously, check out the website because the stuff that's on there is amazing. I'm going to shop. And we're excited. We're going to ask her all kinds of serious questions.
Hey, Sheree.
Hi.
Hey, ladies.
Sheree is the founder of the Sheree Elizabeth Boutique, which I have to tell you, I'm in trouble because I spent I don't know how much time scrolling through, and I got to order stuff. I have questions about some things we could talk about off the air.
Oh, my God. They had a lot of beautiful things. You have great style, Sheree.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more about your website and how you got that started. Just go ahead, talk. Let's talk.
Yes. ShereeElizabeth.com, and that's ShereeRees, Elizabeth.com. And you know what? I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm going to turn this phone off so we have no more interruptions.
The timing on that, though, was
Right?
perfect.
That came in really on cue.
ShereeElizabeth.com. Bing!
I loved it. It's like, does she have like a sound machine there?
That'd be great. But, it's crazy. I started it based out of when I was first lady of a church, we were having an event, and we were having a first lady's tea.
Yeah.
And we had a vendor that was going to come in and sell some things. And in the final hours, I couldn't get in touch with the vendor, but I didn't want to disappoint the ladies because I had promoted it as a shopping, experience and whatnot. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do this. Let me, get some things, get a couple little trinkets.
Oh, wow.
And sell them. And I did. And this was maybe, I want to say 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And the women went crazy. They loved it. I loved it and said, wow, this could really be something.
Yeah.
I've been doing pop-ups. I used to do them, just at my home for personal clientele. And now I do them publicly as well. So, I can take advantage of social media. I actually have one now that we're promoting for this Saturday. So in 2 days, I have a pop-up, which is why she has the hat on.
I saw that. So you're grinding, you're getting it all. You just created this for yourself. You saw an opportunity and you said, you know what? I'm going to do this.
It was to keep my word.
Yeah.
'Cause, I didn't want to disappoint the ladies, and they bought into the tea based on, the fact that it was also not just a tea conversation, but also a shopping experience. And I've been doing it ever since. The website is fairly new. The website is not even 2 years old. Mm-hmm. And it's like a full-time job.
So before then you were doing it just word of mouth?
Absolutely, yes. It was, I was doing the pop-ups, like maybe once a month I'd have something at the house.
Yeah.
Or, publicly in the city or something. And it was like, that's the cash and carry part of it.
Right.
Which is great, which people love. But, the sip-and shops. But then the online is amazing because that's every day, all day. And right. You can always, if you miss a pop-up, you can always go online. And
what's neat about it, you definitely have a lot of different varieties of products. Like there's some items of clothing that I could not pull off if I even wanted to.
Oh, please.
But
if I shut off half of a person, I'd be cool.
But then there were definitely some things that I was like, oh, I could rock that. And then so many of the whatever. It's great. There's a lot of great stuff. So ShereeElizabeth.com, you should definitely check that out.
But now if a designer wants to do you do that? Do you hook up with designers, new designers? Like how do you get your stuff in your shop?
I'd love to do that. And that's a great question. Yes. I have a lot of different vendors that I work with. The clothing is fairly new for me. Mm-hmm. I started with accessories, fashion accessories,
the bags,
handbags,
so
exactly.
And
now you're doing tooth jewelry, right?
Tooth jewelry. Now, tooth jewelry is not my brand. Mm-hmm. I'm partnering with two longtime friends of mine who are launching their brand. So that's an honor for me to be able to bring a newbie along and provide a platform and a built-in customer base that they can tap into.
I have a question.
That's really cool.
I have a question.
What's your question?
What's tooth jewelry?
Some bling for your teeth. Like
gold
gold caps or like stuff with little diamonds in it, right?
Oh.
Stuff with earrings hanging out from it, right?
Could we get a butterfly? I would do a butterfly.
I haven't even seen the line, so it's actually going to be new for me as well. I trust these two; they have mad style. But what I assume it is it's like little bling and maybe diamonds or different charms or whatever that you can stick on your
stick on.
Tooth.
Yeah.
I think they're tiny little. Right. Like you smile, it's like ding.
Yeah.
And does the tequila get in the way?
Don't swallow it.
Okay, then I'm good.
Tequila would just probably flow right over that stool.
So becoming an entrepreneur is not an easy thing to do. I've tried it. It didn't work so well. What would be some of the suggestions you have for people, especially like single moms, because we're all single moms, so we're always talking about the side hustle or the front hustle, however you want to hustle. So if you have any suggestions on what people should do when they want to start something out, what would they be?
I think sometimes you can get overwhelmed, and that really shuts people down. If you think about, you have to kind of know where you want to go, what you want to do, but all the steps on how to get there, you can't really know that until you're really in it. And so I would say you just kind of take a step out on faith. But also now, I don't remember this 13 years ago, but there are amazing online resources that you can take a lot of different courses on. My son just gave me one yesterday. I'll shout them out because I've signed up for a couple of classes. udemy.com, Udemy. And they've got real estate classes, cooking classes, entrepreneurship classes.
Wow.
And I'm going to, just sharpen my skills because you never really want to close the flow of your learning
Absolutely.
100%.
Everything is changing so quickly. So I would say do that. And the classes are as little as $9.99.
Wow.
So like there's no excuse. There's so much information, YouTube. So I would tell them, step out on faith and also, get educated. Take advantage of, all this amazing knowledge and information that really is at our fingertips.
Really? They also have Course Horse. I was telling
you were
about
telling
that.
me about Course Horse. I had never heard of it before.
Course Horse. Have you heard of that one? No?
No.
Yeah,
No.
they have all different kinds of... I was just looking at stuff on there for like After Effects and all that for editing software.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We're always learning.
As a single mom, sometimes, you just don't have a whole lot of free time to maneuver when the kids put kids to bed and
or money. Or you don't
education.
have, you don't even have a lot of money. So it's like, I can't pay for an entire, college course.
Right.
Absolutely. So you do it at home.
That's a good tip.
I love that your son is bringing you tips too.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
my son is much smarter than I am at this point. It's amazing.
How old is he now? How old is your son?
He is 26.
Oh my gosh. First of all, he reminds me of my boy, your son. My son is 16, and like every time I see your boy, I don't know why he always reminds me of my boy, because maybe because I'm like you, I'm the single mom, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, my
And they're
baby.
both very handsome. Your
Oh my
son is
God.
handsome.
And her son is handsome.
Sheree's son is handsome. And
Oh
you
my
have
gosh.
you have a younger one too, right?
No.
She only has
you know
the
what?
one.
I have the one. It's so funny because I was photographed one time. You have a girl for me?
Yeah, we do.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you who that is. Does everybody knows who Jordan Woods is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jordan Woods, her brother Josh Woods, and Trey, we've known them since they were best friends since they were 2 years old.
Okay.
Now Jordan wasn't in the picture then because she's a little younger, but their younger sister Jody was at a football game, one of Trey's football games.
Yes.
And my husband at the time, we were holding her, and somehow blogs got it.
Oh
And
my goodness.
I get hate mail because people are like, you never post a picture of your daughter.
Oh my
God.
God.
All right.
First of all, yeah, I had never known that you actually did have another child. I thought, no, it's just him. I don't ever.
So we're going to set the record straight right
We're
now.
going to set it straight right here and right now. She only has one child.
One.
I do not dislike my daughter.
Right.
I just don't have
If you had one, you would love her.
Yeah.
love
Of
her.
course.
Love
Yeah,
her.
you would be dressing her. Yes.
And so we're all moms of boys right here, which
We're
is so
all
nice.
moms of boys. Aren't they the best, though?
The best.
Oh my gosh, they are like
best.
they're so sweet, and they give you all the hugs. Oh my
Some
gosh.
do. I mean, thankfully, mine are still pretty mushy. Like they're still willing to hang out with me, and they don't want to hold my hand or anything like that. But
Yeah. Well, co-parenting is a whole nother issue, you know.
well,
And we talk about that a lot on this show because it's a thing when you're a single mom. You know, you have to deal with the issue whether you like it or not. And I saw your Red Table Talk with Jada, and oh my God, I cried.
crying.
I cried mostly because I don't have that relationship, you know? My ex-husband, he's not remarried, but he has somebody, and I've never even met her.
Oh, wow.
And they've been together since my son was 8 years old. He's 16 now.
Oh wow.
Never met her.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, all I know is her name. That's it.
I have questions, but it's not my show, so I'm going to fall back.
You can ask,
Oh,
though.
no.
You can ask the
Bring
questions.
it. Bring it.
I don't understand how that works.
It doesn't. But I know that she's nice. My son likes her. So there was a part on the show where
that's
you
where it
said
got me.
that. Yeah, that's where it got me too. Where you said that he came home, Trey came home, and he said that he likes her. That he likes her, Jada, you know, and that she loves him back. And it was so beautiful. And for me, that was a moment where I felt like, okay, you know what? I don't think I have to meet her unless there's some sort of an issue. And there never was. She just kind of stepped out, you know? So you have that wonderful relationship with her. You always have.
Yeah. It wasn't always.
Not
It
always.
wasn't as warm and fluffy.
Yeah.
You have to work. You have to work towards that.
Yeah.
I just I can't imagine not meeting the woman who my son would be in her care.
Right.
I can't imagine.
Right.
I can't imagine that.
It's hard, but I don't have one of those co-parenting situations where
Yeah.
it's amicable and it's nice and like we can have a conversation. You like we left each other, I guess, because we just couldn't do that, you know?
Yeah.
And so I thought in my mind, oh, that would change after we get the divorce, you know? Maybe it'll be even a competition thing, you know what I mean? Like, who's the best parent, you know? But yeah, no, it was strange.
It's too bad. It's too bad when that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, and I just, again, I always say, like, just don't give up. Don't give up hope.
Right.
All right. See, I'm very grateful that I have a good co-parenting relationship with my ex-husband and his girlfriend. She does not have kids of her own. And once I realized, and it was pretty quickly, that she loved my boys, that was all that mattered to me. Right. But but we've now, they've been together for a number of years. So we now, like, she and I, we go out and have drinks. Cause I like her. Yeah. Right. She's a decent woman. So it's like, you know, she spends a lot of time with my children. They go away together. So I have to, you know, we had an issue come up and she said, it's not my place. And I looked at her and I said, you're wrong.
Right.
It actually is your place because you're as much a part of this because we're all dealing with the repercussions from it. Yeah. So your opinion has value here. And I'm so grateful for it. So that's why, like, you know, watching the interview with you and Jada, it was
resonated
like
with
the
it.
tears.
Yeah.
I was like, I get it. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But it did take you, it took you a while to settle into it. Yeah.
Just like with any relationship, you have ups and downs.
Right.
And there are issues that come up or situations that come up, and you know, you might not like. She might not like the way I handle something. I might not like the way she handles something.
Yeah.
And you know, it can create a disruption in the happy flow of things.
Right.
But you got to get back on track, and you get back on track quickly.
Right. Because
it's really not about us, and I think that's probably the best thing that we did. Like, we understood it's so not about us.
Right.
It is so about us.
Right.
So and thank God we were both on the same page. And then once Jada started, when she became a mother, see, that's different. Yeah. Like, you know, things that when you're not a mom, you just
you don't know.
You don't,
yeah.
don't have the information, you don't know. So I think sometimes too, you just have to believe the best. And don't assume that, you know, somebody is messing up or missing the mark on purpose.
Right.
It could be they just don't know any better.
Right.
Now, some people may not know because, you know, we're talking to you, but we haven't actually outed. Right. So your ex-husband is Will Smith and his current wife is Jada Smith. And so that's who we're talking about. And I wonder, too, the added layer of doing this all in the public eye. That must be really hard.
Yeah, I think it probably does make it more difficult. But at the time when we got divorced, Trey was 3 years old. So, you know, social media is not. It wasn't
anywhere close to it. Yeah.
Not then what it is now. So, because that's crazy. Because, you know, what happens now is people air out their dirty laundry. I get mad at you, and instead of me talking to you, I talk to my fans or my audience or my Insta family or whatever.
Yeah.
Now it makes it more complicated
when
you have everybody else in the fold and in the mix. So you just have to keep the main thing, and just honor and respect your family dynamic and unit. It's not everybody's business.
Right, because everybody thinks it's their business and everybody thinks they know better.
Especially if you're in the public eye. People tend to feel like, you know, you're in the public eye. I support you. I buy your CDs. I buy I pay to see movies or whatever. I watch you on TV. So they feel a sense of ownership to you. But, you know, your public life your private life is your private life, and you have a right to protect that.
Yeah.
Do you ever do any sip and shops in New York City?
I haven't.
Well. Let's make.
How are you going to wear the New York hat? How are you going to wear the New York hat? Come over here.
We'll do a sip and shop. We'll hang. Because we need to talk about that sequin jacket dress thing. Because I got to figure out if I can pull that off. I don't know if I can. But it is hot. It's hot.
I just got to say, I saw your Hollywood Unlocked interview. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a really great interview, by the way. Yes.
Yes, we had a ball.
The other guy with you, Giovanni Watson.
My God.
I kind of know him.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I put that on and I'm like, what the hell Giovanni doing there?
It was so funny. They were so much fun.
Yeah.
I so enjoyed. It was funny because I was doing a mommy podcast in the same studio that they film in. Mommies. And Jason, I saw them taping, I waved, and he's like, why aren't you doing my show? What's
right.
up? I promise. You better be nice, Jason.
No,
it was fun.
Yeah, it was a good show. So you also did a mommy podcast? You don't do it anymore.
No. It was called Mommy Life, Yo.
Oh,
I was a guest.
Oh, okay.
I was a guest.
Okay.
But I did a podcast. Called Eat, Pray, and Live.
Yes. Do you still do it? Or no?
Yeah, Eat, Pray, and Live. Yep.
You still do it?
No, girl.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
There's a lot going.
There's
You
a
got
lot
a lot
happening.
we
You know what I say that you can do it all. You just can't do it all at once.
Yes.
No, and if you're trying, something's going to suffer.
100%.
Well, I have to say, you are definitely helping a lot of people by just being out there with your story and talking about your co-parenting experience, and even for Jesenia, yeah, there's hope. For me, it's validation. Like, it's all good. Mm-hmm. And so just thank you for doing that, and thank you for joining us here.
Oh, thank you.
So now,
thank you for having me.
Thank you, honey. And I want to know one quick question before we wrap up. If a designer wants to get in touch with you, maybe they want to pitch their brand to you, how can they do that?
It's info@ShereeElizabeth.com, and I'm always looking for new brands, new vendors. Yeah, always.
So I know there got to be a lot of creative mommies out there with some style. So hit her up. Hit up Sheree.
And go to ShereeElizabeth.com and see what's up there.
All the beautiful
see
clothes.
if your stuff falls in line, because there's so many good things on there. I'm like seriously going to get in trouble shopping.
Seriously.
Thank you so much, Sheree. Or Riri, as they call you. Be well, and thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for being a part.
Bye-bye.
Sheree Elizabeth, how awesome.
Oh, my God. She's so sweet.
And she's gorgeous, and she's kind, and you could see she's got good energy.
Yes.
Oh, that was so nice.
That's what everybody wants in a mommy. Listen to questions. So glad that you stayed with us.
I love when you do that theme song. We're going to
like
record that?
Listen to questions. Listen to questions. Listen to questions.
Yeah, because we love to hear from you. That's really good. No, I dig it. We're gonna go into the studio and
we need a beat. We need to drop a fat beat.
I'm gonna bring my cajon, and I would play on the cajon, and you could do the song. I dig it. Or my tambourine. Either way.
Well, now's the time we get to hear from you guys.
Burning questions from our listeners.
Our beautiful listeners, our beautiful, faithful listeners.
And you can always send us your questions to #AskSplittingUpward. That's tweeting, DMing, something to that effect. Ask Splitting Upward. And Splitting Upward, @Splitting Upward. We'll tell you all that at the end of the show. But right now, let's get to it.
Yeah, all right.
We're going to hear from Margaret from Georgia. Hi, Margaret.
Hi, lady.
My 13-year-old has been asking more and more about why his dad and I are divorced. We got divorced a few years ago, and I feel like he resents me for it. Truth is, my ex-husband was unfaithful, but I don't think I want him knowing that and resenting his dad. Yeah, I think that's fair because it's actually none of your kids' business. Oh.
Here's the thing about that, though.
Yeah?
I mean, maybe what you can say is, you know what, when I'm more comfortable to talk about it with you, maybe when you're a little bit older, then I'll talk about it with you. But right now, I don't think it's the right time. Let's just say I was hurt. That's it. Something like that. And I know it may lead into more questions, but just end it there. And that's it. And just say, mommy and daddy love you. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Right, ultimately. I mean, the kid is 13, but I still think, there's going to be transgressions. There's reasons why marriages end all the time. And I don't know that it's relevant for the kid.
Not now. I mean, when he becomes an adult, then you can tell him when you're comfortable, Margaret.
Or
And
maybe ask the dad to own it.
Ooh.
And say, you know what? When you're older, I think maybe you should have a talk with your dad about that.
Girl.
I like that option.
We'll do it together.
All right, Margaret.
You know, so you could give him that snake eye while he's saying the story. The snake eye.
Why don't you ask your new mommy? Sorry.
All right,
Thanks for
okay.
writing in, Margaret.
That was a good one, Margaret, because I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that one. All right, Janine from Delaware. My wife, we're separated, wants to raise my 4-year-old daughter as a vegan. I'm not on board with it. I don't blame you. And she's accusing me of making things difficult out of spite. Am I wrong? What do I do? Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong in being a vegan. When he comes to your house, just give him a hot dog, hamburger. That's it. And just say, listen, you're doing what you're doing at your house. I'm doing what I'm doing at my house.
Right.
I mean, that's it.
And that happens all the time. I mean,
All
look,
the time.
We've had questions here about religion.
Yeah.
Look, veganism is complicated and it's hard. And I think for
It's
for
healthy.
children, yeah, there's definitely healthful aspects about it. But children need to be exposed to all kinds of foods, especially because the rise of allergies, and that a lot of the reason why we have so many allergies today is because kids are actually being held
Yes.
away from foods.
100%.
So anything super restrictive is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then it's hard, especially as a 4-year-old. What are you gonna do? The kid goes to the party, and oh no, you can't eat pizza because that has cheese on it, and
Yeah.
oh no, you can't eat
I
that
bought
cookie
you
because it has eggs in
some
it.
vegan hot dogs.
Yum.
I've had vegan hot dogs
It's like
before.
one of my favorite lines from the musical Rent.
Mm-hmm.
There's a song in there where they're ordering and they talk about meatless balls. And everybody goes, ugh. And then the line is, they taste the same if you close your eyes. This is very funny. So that's what just came up with me.
Love it.
But so look, it's super complicated, right?
Yeah.
But vegan at mom's house, not vegan at the other mom's house. Done.
Yeah, and my thing is, I understand that that may take a toll on their stomachs. Because, like, if he's eating all vegetables and soy and all these other things, and I don't know
And
what
too much
they
soy
are.
isn't good for you either.
Too much soy is terrible. Too much sodium in soy. Anyway, just because you're vegan doesn't mean that you're healthy. All right, let's just get started there. Because if you look at most of the vegan products, the sodium levels are through the roof.
Because they had no flavor.
That meatless burger, the new meatless burger at Burger King.
Well, yeah, don't eat that one though.
Girl, well, I looked at the calories.
Unless
It's
they're
nearly 2,000, not calories, sodium. 2,000, almost 2,000 milligrams of sodium.
I mean,
all right?
unless
So
Burger
you-
King
do you want to die?
or
I
the
don't know.
Impossible Burger wants to sponsor the show, don't eat it.
Yeah,
the Beyond Burger is
so-
actually way better. But so one
A
of the
regular
things,
burger, a regular lean
you're gonna
burger
have to
has
be-
less
exactly.
sodium than one of those meatless burgers.
So
That's all I gotta say.
one of the things you did ask though, Janine, is if that you're being accused of doing this out of spite. If you're a vegan too, then yeah, you're just a bitch. But if you're not vegan and you don't live that way, then you guys have to figure out how to compromise. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you for
mean-
writing in. You're not a bitch. We love you.
Talk, communicate.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, one more question.
Last
from our
one.
favorite listener, Anonymous.
Anani.
Anonymous says, my ex-wife recently made an Instagram page for my 3-year-old. Sharon thing, where my ex-wife posts photos of our child. I'm not really comfortable with that, but I guess a lot of parents are doing that now. Should I make a big deal out of it or just let it be? Oof. We talked about this on an episode recently, and the trend is called Sharenting, and
Yeah.
it was a horrendous statistic that said by the time a kid is 5, they'll have over 1,500 pictures of them on the internet, and that 90% of American, because we're American, 90% of Americans by the age of 2 have an online presence. That's disturbing.
It really is, though.
And so I think you absolutely can make a big deal out of it. Now, if she's sharing things on a private page where it's just family who live very far away, like in Guam,
Doesn't sound
maybe,
like it, though.
but I doubt it.
It looks like it's maybe talk her into making it private. I don't know. Just friends and family, right?
Right. If it's
But to
even just
strangers,
family.
there's so many sickos out there.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I don't know if you guys do this with your kids, but I mean, I never did because my son wasn't raised around this era.
Yeah.
You know, and he's young. He's 16. You know, but I miss that. I miss that whole, which is great.
Posting their first poop and posting their first spit up.
Oh my gosh! But I do have a gazillion pictures with the automatic cameras, the ones that you had to wind
the
up,
disposable ones.
Yep.
Yeah,
because the phones didn't have cameras in them back then. I had a video camera.
The flip. That was a
Yeah,
good
so
one.
I have all that stuff private for me because that's what it is. Yes, you have a beautiful baby, but you want to show people your baby, put your baby in a carriage, go take a walk, go to the park, show people how beautiful your baby is.
Get
you don't
out.
need to show sickos and strangers, people that you don't even know who's watching your kids at this point. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you
know.
have every right to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
We'll
you
support
do.
you if you need us to call her or,
And I'm sure if she doesn't listen,
something.
you could take her to court for that too.
well, hey,
I mean, really.
you
Some
could sue for
people.
anything.
You can.
Thank you for writing in. We
Yeah.
always love your questions.
We love them. Huh? Oh.
You could do the theme song
Listen
again.
to questions. Listen to questions. Listen to questions. There we go. I don't know.
So if you want to send us your questions,
Sound
you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Splitting Upward. You can hashtag Ask Splitting Upward or DM us, and we will maybe answer your question right here. You can go to mom.com. There's parenting tips and stories.
But here's
and
a good
all kinds of
question.
fun stuff. Yes.
Where can we find you, Julie?
You want to find me?
Yeah, you.
You can find me on
You.
Instagram and Twitter at Julie on the mic. Julie on the MIC. What about you, Jesenia?
What about me?
How do we get to you?
Well, you could find me on Instagram at Jesenia Grams, on Twitter at Jesenia Tweets, and Facebook at Jesenia Book.
Done.
I'm trying to think. Maybe I should change it to books. I don't know.
No,
We'll talk
'cause it's
about it
just
later.
The Facebook.
I know, it's
Jesenia
one book,
No,
right?
it works.
Okay.
It works.
Well,
See?
thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening in. This is your girls, Julie.
Jesenia,
Yeah.
we'll find you back here on Splitting
Splitting
Upward.
upward.